Today I'm listening to two country singers attempting to sing opera. Their words, not mine. Keep watching. Hi everybody, it's Christi Bovee with the Voice Love Company. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell below so you don't miss a single video or when I go live. This video is brought to you by enthusiastic voice lovers just like you. Thank you. Well, this video has been highly requested by fans of Home Free. Two of the singers from the group, Austin Brown and Rob Lundquist, try to sing opera, Nessun Dorma. It is considered one of the most well-known tenor arias in the repertoire. It's written by Giacomo Puccini, who is a contemporary 20th century composer. Nessun Dorma translates to "let no one sleep," and it's from Puccini's opera Turandot. You maybe have heard this in ads and things by Luciano Pavarotti. It was one of his best known and best love arias. So now we've got two country singers who are going to attempt to sing this piece of music. Now I suspect it's probably going to be amazing because you guys have requested this so much. You said you have to hear this, and because the human voice is very flexible. You often don't hear singers doing multiple genres. Like you don't hear someone who's singing opera and they're singing with Justin Timberlake or what have you. But the human voice is very malleable. It can still make these sounds. And sometimes I teach contemporary singing, but I tell my singers, it's really good for your voice to sing classical music. So pretend to sing classical. Put your opera singer voice on. Even if you feel like you're playing a character role, it's still really good exercise for your voice. So I'm gonna just stop talking now. Let's get into this video. Here we go.
Nessun dorma, nessun dorma. Tu pure, o principessa, nella tua fredda stanza.
Wow!
Guardi le stelle che tremano d'amore e di speranza.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I knew that they would probably be able to make the sounds, but Rob Lundquist, whose voice is absolutely incredible, he is such a capable singer, and I'm just floored at this classical voice that's coming out of his face. It's amazing. So now here comes Austin. Also an incredible voice, and I am thinking that this is going to be equally as amazing as that just was.
Ma il mio mistero è chiuso in me. Il nome mio nessun saprà. No, no, sulla tua bocca.
Stop it.
Dirò quando la luce
Woo! That was beautiful, amazing, and this is a singer who has no ceiling on his voice. He just seems to open up his mouth and the notes just pop out. It's not even like he's not even breaking a sweat. So that was amazing. Wow. This song is short, but it packs a punch. There's something so incredibly romantic about the way it's written, which is very common in Puccini arias. They're just so beautifully satisfying to listen to. And I'm loving the fact that they are doing this. I think it is just such a great advertisement for vocalists young singers in particular, that classical music is worth doing. It is something that is so valuable for your voice. It's valuable for your technique as a contemporary singer. So let that be a lesson to you, boys and girls. Wow, this is just glorious. Unbelievable. Oh my word. Let's deconstruct this one just a little bit more. So for those of you who might have noticed, I think he kind of sat up. I have Milo on my lap today. He wants to listen to opera, don't you, Milo? Yes, and that's also why you see dog hair flying around in the frame here. Quite often the singers that you know and love and you're hearing on the radio today, they've had classical training in their background in some form or fashion. It's really only been within the past 20 years or so that contemporary singing teaching has come to the forefront. And for instance, when I was in college, it wasn't even offered. Contemporary singing wasn't offered, and I was a contemporary singing major at the time. So it's been one of those things I've had to learn by trial and error as a teacher through the years, as I've continued to teach classical technique along with contemporary singing technique. But I think also there is so much value, as I said before, in the classical technique. The problem lies in the fact that classical singing teachers tend to be a little snooty about the technique. And so sometimes it doesn't leave room for their singers who want to sing a more contemporary style. The fact of the matter is, singing contemporary music is more accessible than the very few opportunities there are to sing classical music. It's just a fact. So it doesn't surprise me when singers like these, Austin and Rob, who are so accomplished doing what they do in the a cappella group Home Free, are coming to this classical genre with such fully formed instruments. It's really interesting to see their technique. And let's get into that and watch it a little bit more. Big difference between classical singing technique and contemporary singing technique is the placement of the vowels. Classical technique is very round. You can see a kind of opening like this. Oh, it's got a very round sound, and the larynx is very low. It's almost like you're in a yawn kind of a position. The throat is open and the larynx is low. With contemporary singing technique, it's much more this way. You'll see more of a smile. Everything's much more kind of through the nose. It's a little more nasal. So it's going to be a little more bright. The classical, again, is very ah. And one thing I really noticed about Austin's singing, he has a very bright voice anyway. He's able to bring this classical technique to bear while having this lovely smile on his face. And I want you to watch that here.
Ma il mio mistero è chiuso in me. Il nome mio nessun saprà, no, no, sulla tua bocca lo dirò quando la luce splenderà.
One thing I love that they are doing is this portamento, connecting one note to another with a little bit of a bend, and the vibrato is just going. It's so gorgeous, and they are doing it so well. Now you can notice between Austin and Rob has the darker, more round sound. Austin has the brighter sound, but it makes sense. They're both tenors, but I would say probably Austin is more of like a tenor 1 and Rob's probably a tenor 2. So he maybe has a little more lower voice. His timbre is very rich, and I want to, like, it's very tactile. It's very, I want to say caramely, but I think I've said that before, even recently. But it does have that kind of beautiful golden, caramely kind of sound, while Austin's is bright. It's like a bell. It's just very sparkly and maybe not as round. I think I almost wish he would have a little more roundness if we were looking at it, and you can kind of see the difference. But I mean, it's still amazing, right? It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, that would be one note I would give Austin, but all in all, incredible.
Per il mio bacio scioglierò il silenzio che mi fa mia. Il nome mio nessun saprà.
Isn't it fun to hear them sing together in this style? It's so amazing, and it just shows the malleability of their voices to be able to completely change genres 180 degrees from where they normally live every day. It's very, very impressive. I wish more singers did this kind of thing, because I think it would normalize classical singing for more young singers. They would realize the value in it, and it would really show off your chops as a singer. I think it's just really important to be able to do all of it. You're not having to make a career out of it, but to be able to show that you have what it takes to be able to do the different genres, and especially in the case of Austin and Rob, where Home Free just runs the gamut on what they require the voices to do in that group. I mean, it just puts these two singers, these two tenors, really at the top of the list, I think, of really some of the best singers alive today.
Vincerò.
Well, Well, that's it for me today. Like if you liked it, subscribe, and don't forget to share with someone you know loves Home Free and Rob Lundquist and Austin Brown. You can ask me any question about your voice in the comments down below, on my blog at voicelove.co, on Instagram at The Voice Love Company, and on wiseo.com. Get all those details in the description box below. Well, what other pop singers would you like to hear sing a classical song? Be sure to leave a comment down below and keep finding your voice. Keep making your sound in the world today, because somewhere somebody is literally praying for what you and only you bring. And remember, you are loved. Bye-bye.